Hey everyone, this is Jane with Barlow Herbal, and we got the smiling man here, Dr. Brandon
I hope you
Nielsen.
guys know who I am by now. If you don't,
I think that they do, which is awesome. Okay, so we just barely this moment finished recording a podcast called Living with Lyme,
oh
and
yeah,
we just finished.
was that today?
It was just barely,
I'm
it was
just
just
joking.
barely. It was actually really fun
That
to
was
do.
great. It's great.
It was recorded for an entire hour and we covered a whole bunch of things. And at the very end of it, we talked about the emotional aspect of Lyme disease. And what I believe is this goes with any chronic disease that we deal with, is there's always an emotional aspect,
Including cancer.
including cancer. So any disease, when your body creates disease, there's an error. There's an error in the programming of wellness. And it's usually caused by the inability of your body to release the emotional stress that we have as humans. So I wanted to kind of cover that. So just as a disclaimer, this might be tough for someone to listen to if you suffer with a chronic disease
Yeah.
where you think um, maybe you've been told by a doctor that this is something you'll suffer with for the rest of your life, and we can do our best to control the symptoms. uh, Personally, the way I believe is I believe that our bodies have the ability to heal from anything, but you need to not only connect in the biology component where you take care of your biology with proper food, proper exercise, proper sleep, proper herbal supplementation, whatever.
hmm
You need to take care of your belief systems and your emotional health, because if you
Absolutely.
don't connect
Oh
those
yeah.
in, you're not going to ever experience fully vibrant health, because
There's
that
no way.
there's just no way. So this might be a hard topic if you think that you are a slave to your biology, but bear us out
Yeah.
and open your mind to this amazing healing modality where you get to release the stress that keeps you stuck in disease.
Sure.
So let's just talk about that.
So, Jean and I were just, and we kind of ended on this podcast talking about emotions. And you guys, what's interesting about that is they run your life. Very simply, emotions run your life. And so when somebody says, I have this chronic disease, well, what's running that? The fuel behind that is an emotion. All right. It always is 100% of the time. If you're still living, you have emotions. And one of the things that I see happening more and more with people, humans, is we get addicted to the emotions because emotions actually create a biochemical response. So too often I see people, especially with chronic disease, with cancer, and I'm just going to include that in chronic disease. I see that people, and there's so much emotion about it, but what will happen is their energy will start getting low because of the disease, yes, and it's true. And first, I just want to tell you, I value you. I respect the fact that you're searching for answers, and I respect you that you're trying to break free from this, and you're just doing the best that you can. I know that. So, with that being said, people get addicted. You get addicted. I get addicted to emotions because you guys, what they do is they create a very biochemical response, meaning these massive amounts of chemicals happen when we get emotional. And what it does is it gives us a jolt. So
Energy.
it gives us energy. So if we're low on energy, we will use an emotion, i.e., like anger or even sadness or fear. Think about what fear does. Boom! It gives us an adrenaline response, this fight or flight response. And guess what happens? You have energy.
Yeah,
So
well,
we get addicted
and
to emotions.
it's like what you said when we were talking on this podcast about, think about when you're in traffic, you're going to your office and someone cut you off in traffic, and it makes you really angry.
Right.
And you get to your office and okay, you're still thinking about it, you're still angry about it, and you have all of this crazy energy. Now you might not realize that the energy is coming from a horribly negative thing that's not good for your body, because you've just
Right.
put yourself in fight or flight because of the stress response.
Yes.
And you're not running from a tiger, you're angry because of this. And then what
Right.
happens is you get to work, you open your computer, you start working,
Start calming down finally.
and then you feel lethargic, or you
Ah,
feel right.
yeah. And guess what your body does? It thinks of that event again or another event, and guess what it does? It gives you a boost of energy, and now you feel good again. but you didn't even realize, you were not conscious of it, that you actually below the surface, you're having that emotional response again that will increase your heart rate, give you a jolt of energy. And so you're doing it internally day after day after day. Do you think you can heal? No way.
Not if
No way
not
if
if you
you
don't
maintain
realize.
that cycle.
Right. So the thing is to actually be aware that this is happening, and that you have the power and the control to, once you're aware of it, then you can actually stop that process where you go, like, here's a really good example, and I didn't realize this until I really started studying this, but my granddaughter was born in a really not a good situation.
Mhm.
And what happened at the hospital when my daughter-in-law gave birth made me so angry
Mm.
at the staff there.
Right.
And she's 7.5 now. But for the first few years, when I would tell someone the story, especially when it was fresh, I would get so worked up, and I would feel like I recognized those feelings and that surge of adrenaline and
Right.
surge of energy that
Absolutely.
I didn't really realize. I was creating that, and I noticed that now. Like when I have something that maybe in my relationship with my husband, and
Mhm.
something that he does that bothers me, uh, if I start to calm down and I'm going on to move on to something else, and I'll think about it again, and it will raise my energy levels.
It will.
So
So don't use it.
don't use it. So
Don't use it. Be aware,
yeah,
but be able to start. It's kind of like you can either use the biochemical, like anger, or you can use fear, those type of things, or rage, those type of things, to be able to boost energy. It's like an artificial stimulus. I mean, it's not,
yeah,
because it's inside of your body, but it's like a jolt of caffeine or a jolt of coffee. So we're really saying, in order to truly heal from disease, right? Disease, you've
right,
got to be able to change those emotional patterns, belief, addictions, all those things internally,
yeah.
because they run your life.
Okay, so if you could give me the first two steps to do that, what would you say? Like, if you were to say, first of all, be aware.
Be
Like, oh,
aware.
this is what I'm doing, and then do you just kind of sit with the emotion for a minute and let it dissipate, or what do you?
No, I mean, I won't go through that full thing, but you actually embrace the emotion, feel it, and breathe it through.
And just kind
That's
of breathe through it.
feel it. Go back to that event. Ask. I'll give you a simple technique. It's not my per se my full technique, but you can use this, and you can just keep asking why. Why am I mad? Why were you mad at those people? Why? And keep going through that and feeling the anger and just feeling it. And ask why, like at least 5 times, and keep breathing all those reasons why, and just keep breathing in and out, and then just kind of let it go. That's one of the best things that you guys can do. This is the 5 whys, right? This is my new method. No, I'm just joking. I've done it before, but this is the 5 why method, all right? And you just keep asking why. Why am I angry? Why? You go through and you feel it, and you
Or
feel
why am
like,
I sad?
why
Or
am I
whatever.
sad? Why am I so afraid to go and do a podcast with Jade? No, I'm not. But if you guys start avoiding things, like, why are you not getting healthy? Why? Ask 5 times, and then breathe that in and out. Feel the emotion of why you're not getting healthy. Because it's my husband's fault. Breathe that in and out. Feel mad at your husband because I was never given the opportunity, because I got bit by a tick. Ugh, ticks. I hate him. I was bit by a tick right back here. All right. But you go through those why 5 times, breathe that in and out. And it's actually a form of guided meditation. You're guiding the meditation, but what you're doing is you're actually becoming aware of the why that will keep you from being healed.
Yeah, and I love that, because
Wow, I love that.
and one of the
I hope
biggest,
you recorded this. Sorry.
it's being recorded right now.
I'm just joking. Sorry.
I know you know that. But the thing is, too, what I really love this for is the fear emotion. Because when someone goes in and gets diagnosed with almost anything, especially cancer, especially, there's this huge, huge fear
Absolutely.
that overtakes a person and completely puts them into a deeper disease state, because their emotions of fear are so overwhelming. And I think this is what I found with close friends and family members, and even people that I've talked to, is that they're so afraid of this cancer that they've just been diagnosed with, that they want it out of them.
So afraid, fear.
Afraid.
There you go.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So the thing is, if you can say, why am I afraid? So I love that why part, because it's like this. Well, from everything I heard about this cancer, it's this and this and this, and I only have this amount of time to live, maybe, or
There you go.
see,
That's
so
another why. Then the
that's
next why, and then because, and why. There's three, and then why, and then why.
so you ask a why to each question, to each answer
Yeah.
that you give.
So
Okay,
your
I didn't
why.
understand that part.
So I'll go through and say so why are you afraid? You're just gonna mock with me. So
Okay.
why are you afraid of the cancer?
Because I heard that there's only a 20% survival rate.
Okay, so feel that fear, and she'll just like breathe in and out and really feel that fear of dying, survival.
Right.
Why?
Well, I don't want to die.
Because she doesn't want to. But why? Why don't you want to die?
Well, I don't want to die because I'm too young.
Oh, she's too young because she hasn't fulfilled her meaningful mission. So why?
Because I still have a lot more to do, and if I die, and then I mean I can't fulfill my mission.
See, now she's getting into the more important of the why. Now, why else? Mocking, but can't even use it real. Why? If you were to just pass or whatever, a chronic disease, why else?
If I was just to pass? You
no,
mean
I'm just now you're actually getting real, but I'm just saying the next why. What is the next why?
I don't know. What would the why?
What's another why? No, I'm just saying brainstorm.
I
what's
see what
another
you're
why?
saying.
Yeah. Number 4.
Because chemotherapy scares me, and I know I'll never do that.
Yeah. Feel the scare, feel the fear, right?
Yeah.
Feel the fear of
and I feel like I have all the right tools, but what if they don't work?
See,
that's
scary.
Fear.
And yeah, so what's the next why?
I don't want other people that are around me to be fearful and flow that over on me.
Okay, so what other people think. So you guys see that? She just went through, she just listed all like the fear. And so you breathe that in and out. And with each one of those, you feel that, really feel the fear and just go into that sense of fear.
And then once you feel that, then you just kind of go, oh, that's just a feeling.
Mm-hmm. Breathe it in and out.
It's a feeling that you can go. In fact, there's a super really good book. It's called Letting Go.
I've heard of that.
Dr. David Hawkins. That I would really suggest that you look at, because it is the whole feel those emotions, and it is a technique of literally helping you let those things go. You know, it's really a powerful book.
Cool.
So I think this was a great message.
Yeah, it was a good one. I didn't even know where it was going to go, but I think it ended up in a great spot.
Yeah, we kind of had no idea what we were going to talk about other than the podcast we were on.
We were just on a podcast.
We were just on a podcast. And I just felt like it would be something, we had some really valuable something that we were going to share. So
it's good.
If you got to the end of this, it's good. It's good.
It's really good. I appreciate this.
All right. So here, before we end this, I want to just tell you that Dr. Nielsen has developed a program called Emotional Stress Release. And there is a link below this video that you can actually learn how to do this technique in your own home. It's a course that's an online course that to me is a powerful missing piece of the healing puzzle. Because when you do everything right to take care of your biology and you don't take care of your mind and your emotions, you're leaving it to the wind whether or not you're going to get well. So,
sure.
Anyway, so have an amazing day. Let me know if you have any questions. And thanks for tuning in. I hope you got to the end of this.
See you guys.